belongs to capital N. That means S1 is less than or equal to S2, S2 is less than or equal to S3, S3 is less than or equal to S4, which is less than or equal to S100, which is less than or equal to S101 and so on. Okay, then it is said to be monotonically increasing. A sequence Sn is said to be monotonically increasing if Sn is greater than or equal to Sn plus 1. That means S1 is greater than S2. Greater than means S2 will be left side, S1 will be 2. And S2 will be greater than S3. S3 will be greater than S4. That means the numbers move towards the left, towards left. Anyway, based on these definitions, now we are going to prove this theorem. So there are two cases, assuming the left hand side and proving the right hand side. On the other hand, assuming the right hand side
infimum.